That is wonderful. So I will view that once. Do you know what?
So I've actually taken it down. I've taken it down. I made it long time ago.
Okay, that is good
Excuse me, sir.
information. Yes, yes.
Uh, I was not able to join yesterday. I have joined today, but I'm not able to make an account. It's showing that you have to ask your organization unique code.
Can you? I think you must have created a student account. Can you go and create a personal account?
Should I join with the school account itself?
Uh, Use a personal account rather than a school account.
Okay.
All right. So now, who all has doubts? Disha, do you have a doubt?
No, sir.
All right. Yes, Adrija.
No, sir, I don't have a doubt.
Okay, Ranch, do you have a doubt?
Yes.
All right.
Also, when I sent the email yesterday, the email was bouncing back. I sent it again today, but it also bounced back.
Viraj. Viraj, can you please look into this issue? He's saying that the email he sent yesterday was bounced back to him and was not delivered. So after the class, maybe you can contact him once and sort this issue out. Okay, so Ranch, Viraj will personally handle your query and it will be sorted. Yes, Agrim.
Sir, yesterday I was doing Tinkercad in the class. In the register, there was a sign of ohms, and when I clicked it, there were different signs. So, sir, what is the meaning of those other signs than the ohms?
Could you repeat your doubt once?
Sir, when I was doing Tinkercad in the class, in the
Okay.
register part, there was a sign of ohms. So, when I clicked it, there were different signs below it. So, can you explain them?
In the register part only.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Give me a second. Are you talking about? Okay, so I'll just show you once. You can see if that's what you were talking about. We'll maybe click here. We'll click on a resistor. So are you talking about this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so basically this is 1 ohm. Okay, you can note this down actually, guys. This is good. Good doubt. So guys, this is a normal 1 ohm. So now this M ohm represents mini ohm. So you know what? I'll share a chart in the WhatsApp group regarding this also. So this K ohm represents a kilo ohm. So basically 1,000 ohms. This M ohm represents a mega ohm, and this G ohm represents a giga ohm. So you know what? I'll share a chart with you as well for this. This is a very good doubt to have asked. These are just values of ohm. So like this is 1,000 ohms. This is 100,000 ohms, and this is 100 million ohms.
Okay, sir.
The
Yeah,
same
this
way,
is.
this goes in minus. So like
Okay, sir.
0.01, just like this. That's a very good
Thank you,
doubt.
sir.
All right. So we'll continue.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Please ask.
Sir, you said like the you will share a chart of ohms in
Yes,
the
I will
WhatsApp
just
group.
do.
So do we have to mail the chart picture
No, no,
to
I will share that on the WhatsApp group right now.
we have to write it on
Yeah, just write it down
notebook,
on your notebook.
and do we have to mail the picture?
No, no, no need.
No. Okay, Ryan, so I'll give you an example, right? Sometimes the thing is that when we're using a resistor, sometimes we have to use 200 ohms. But in some cases, we might need 2000 ohms resistance, right? So when we need 2000 ohms, instead of writing it as 2000, we take 2 kilo ohms, which is equal to 2000 ohms. So it's the same thing. It's basically there for simplifying things for the person who's making the project, or someone who you're showing it to. So basically, it's just for simplifying things. But 2 kilo ohms or 2000 ohms is the same thing.
Okay.
Same goes for all the other
Okay.
values.
So I've shared the chart on your WhatsApp. You guys can check after the class. Yes, Shashwat, you have a doubt?
Sir, can you check my circuit? My code is not working, my push button.
Alright, sure, you can present.
Okay, I'll help you with this one, Shashwat. So, do you remember what I taught you guys yesterday? That when you're using a push button, terminals 2A and 2B, or 1A and 1B, are connected. It does not matter whether you're pushing the button or not, they're always connected, right? So, what you should do is take the pin which you're connected to the resistor, to the, yeah, that wire, and then take it to terminal 1A or 1B. Not this one, the one connected to the push button.
Yeah, just take it back.
Yeah, right. Now, when you run the circuit, it should see perfect. So you just have to remember that in a push button, the vertical, like the 2A terminal 2s are connected and terminal 1s are connected, no matter whether you're pushing the button or not. That's not the case for like opposite terminals. All right, does that clear your doubt?
Alright, so I think we're done with this. Now we'll move to the main topic of today, Arduino. So can somebody in the chat box write what is Arduino? I think you all must know by now.
Sir, brain of an computer
Very nice.
or a
Just write
robot.
it down. Okay. Okay. Okay, perfect. So all of these explanations are correct. Arduino is Arduino acts as a brain in a circuit. So yesterday I told you example of a circuit. That circuit is the nervous system of a robot. You can compare a robot to a human body, and circuit acts as a nervous system, and it had some organs too, like motors, sensors. So just like these, the brain of the circuit is a microcontroller, or in our case, Arduino. So this is again. Yeah. So with Arduino, you can do a lot of things. I'll give you some examples of the applications you can, create from Arduino. You can create automatic plant watering systems. You can create smart lights. You can create home security systems. You can create line following robots from Arduino. You can create temperature readers, and you can even create games or toys from Arduino. So, does anyone have any other example that they know of that we can do from Arduino? Because there are literally infinite ways that we can use Arduino in a robotics project. Okay, yes, I am.
Sir, we can build LFR or obstacle avoiders. Sir, we can also use it to code and seven segment so that it shows 9 to 1 or 1 to 9.
Very good. Yes, Agram.
Sir, a motion sensor in like a room, so we can detect any motion that is happening in the room when we are out.
Perfect example. Yes, Ranch.
Sir, we can use Arduino to even see the humidity or the temperature of a place.
Humidity sensor. Yes.
And sir, we can also use it as a cam. We can also connect a camera to it.
Yes, we can. Arduino. Ardu cams come.
Sir,
Yes.
can I also tell?
Yeah, please.
Sir, we can make weather reporting system using Arduino and Raspberry Pi.
We can integrate.
Bhaiya,
Yes,
we
Satyam.
can, we
Like,
can
Sir, we can also make a sound detecting system.
Yes, we can do that as well. We
Bhaiya,
can use
Bhaiya,
sensors.
when we make a robot, so we can use sensors so that it can detect what object is front of it.
We can also use it for energy management sometimes.
Bhaiya, we can make it as a line following robot also.
So all of your examples are 100% correct. As I said, Arduino can be used for infinite ways. Like there is no end of Arduino. Currently, there are four models of Arduino available: Arduino R1, Arduino R2, Arduino Uno R3, and R4. So currently, the famous ones in the market are R3 and R4, where R3 has been going on since the past 2 to 4 years, but R4 has just been launched this year. For right now, we'll be using Arduino R3
there is
because that,
Arduino Mega also.
yes. So Arduino has multiple varieties as well. I was just talking the main ones. We have Arduino Mega, we have Arduino Nano. So Arduino Mega is basically a bigger version of the Arduino with more pins attached, and Arduino Nano is a smaller version with less pins attached for smaller projects. But for
Arduino
our
Link
project,
also.
we will be
Arduino
using
Link.
the normal Arduino.
Sir, we
Yes,
will use
Shivansh?
Arduino Uno.
Yeah, we will be using Arduino Uno. Yes, Shivansh?
Sir, there is Arduino Lily also.
Yes, there is. Okay. So, this is actually your homework. There are more than 20 types of Arduinos available or products available of Arduino. This is your homework. Note it down. I'll just post it on WhatsApp group as well. Mail me a list of all the Arduino products you find online. The boards, the Ardu cams, and the sensors. Okay? Mail it to me today and I will revert back.
Okay, sir.
Sir, what is your email?
The ATL at the rate bpspb.org.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Ranch.
Sir, how we have to like write them in the notebook and then click a picture and then send it through email or
You can directly email or click a notebook. That is also okay.
like we can directly write in the email.
Yeah, you can directly write in the email. No worries.
Okay.
Sir, can you
Sir,
repeat what do we have to mail you?
What?
Can you kindly repeat what do we have to mail you?
So I will just write this down in the WhatsApp. Okay, so Viraj, can you just write it down in the WhatsApp group? So what we have to do is you have to research on how many type of Arduinos are there or how many type of Arduino products are there by going on the official Arduino website and give us a list on our email.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So Viraj will just put it
Excuse me,
there.
sir.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sir, is Arduino a type of motherboard?
Yes, it is. We can call it a motherboard, but it's more than that. See, motherboard तो आप अगर ब्रेडबोर्ड को बहुत ज़्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेट कर दोगे तो ब्रेडबोर्ड भी एक टाइप से मदरबोर्ड बन सकता है. बट Arduino is actually a microcontroller. Motherboard, you can call it that, but that would not be the direct or correct definition of it. It's a microcontroller because it has the power to, give signals, receive signals, which a motherboard does not. Yes, Harshad.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Raj.
Sir, can we call a ESP32 or Arduino also?
Yes, so basically ESP32 is one step ahead of Arduino. It has even a Wi-Fi capabilities and mobile data capabilities that makes it more advanced than Arduino.
So, sir, can we call it as a Arduino?
Okay, so Rayach, Arduino is a company, right, which produces microcontrollers. ESP32 is another type of microcontroller which is not made by Arduino, but it is two different things. ESP32 is a different microcontroller, and Arduino Uno or any other microcontroller of Arduino is different.
Alright, so I think that must be clear now. Now we'll move to digital pins and analog pins. So yeah, yes, Atish. Yeah, Atish, tell me. चलो. So we'll move to the digital pins and analog pins now. As you can see on your Arduino board, ये दो दिख रहे हैं. एक ये लाइन है, एक ये लाइन है. So this is actually pins. मैं तुम्हें एक बार एक Arduino दिखाता हूँ. I'll just share my screen
Sir,
again.
there
And
are two types of sir, there are two types of pins, digital pins and analog pins. There are 14 digital pins and 6 analog pins.
Okay,
yes.
yeah, that's right. Guys, I would really, it would be great if you could just raise your hand and then we'll call your
Mhm.
name and then you can speak afterwards. Otherwise, it would be a mess, if all of you unmute at once. So, thank you.
So this is what an Arduino looks like. इधर से Arduino का connection port होता है. This is Arduino की power source. Now, these are the digital pins and these are the analog pins. These are the power pins. So, I'll talk about the digital pins now. So, digital pins are like an on-off switch. Now, note this down. ये pointers बता रहा हूँ मैं, ठीक है तुम्हें? So, digital pins are like an on-off switch. So, digital pins acts like a switch. Okay, it is either on or it is either off. Whereas analog pins acts like levels. It's just not on or off. So जैसे digital pins में it's either yes or it's either no. But analog pins में you have a value like 1 2 3 4 5 6 से लेके 0 से लेके 1023 तक analog pins की value होती है. Just like that, digital pins can be used to control things like LED, buzzer और motor जिसमें तुम्हें बस एलईडी को क्या करना होता है. एलईडी को या तो पावर तुम दे रहे हो या तो एलईडी को पावर तुम नहीं दे रहे हो. अदर देन दैट एनालॉग पिन से यू कैन इवन read signals from things like sensors or sensors में IR sensors, ultraviolet sensors, ultrasonic sensors, multiple sensors. Okay, so I'll give you a crux definition as well. Okay. Okay. So I'll give you a definition of a crux digital pin and then a crux analog pin. So now listen carefully. Digital pins are the pins on the Arduino board that only read or write two values, on or off. I'll repeat it again. Digital pins are the pins on the Arduino board that can only read or write two values, on or off.
Where can you
Now,
give this? Where can you give this definition on the WhatsApp group?
I will share that. तो rather than me speaking, मैं इसको share ही कर देता हूँ.
Excuse me, sir.
हाँ जी.
Sir, can you once repeat?
मैंने WhatsApp ग्रुप पे शेयर कर दिया.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can we do like det- we use another chart? Can we use a chart of our own choice to make the ohms like for the
Sure, you guys can use your own chart. Not a very.
So can we make it on Word and then send mail it to you?
हाँ, no worries. You can do that as well. डॉक्यूमेंट फॉर्मेट में भेज दो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
So, is there any specific reason कि analog pins में like max value 1023 ही होती है?
Sir, and we can also change the brightness of tube lights and brightness of LED using analog pins.
Yes, you can. डिजिटल पेन में वो ऑप्शन नहीं होती. एनालॉग पेन में ऑप्शन होती है चेंज
So
करने
by
की.
using digital pins, we can turn on or turn off them.
और इट्स yeah. So who asked the doubt of why is the maximum analog value 1023?
I did.
Okay, Arav. So do you know something about 10-bit analog to digital conversion?
I don't have idea of this.
Okay, so Arduino, what does Arduino do? Arduino converts voltage, जो voltage होती है ना, Arduino उसको numbers में convert करता है. So जो Arduino का सिग्नल होता है, so you'll study this when you are in grade 11th, but Arduino का जो सिंगल होता है, it's in binary 010101, and it converts that into decimals. So अगर आप इसको कन्वर्जन जब करते हो तो उसकी वैल्यू 1024 वैल्यूज आती है, एंड देन अगर आप 1024 वैल्यूज को करोगे तो दैट्स 0 से 1023 तक. So that's why it's something. Once you are in 11th or 12th grade, it's a higher level topic. So you will, study that in your books only. Okay,
Okay.
what's the basic information on it? Yes, Krisha.
Sir, it got erased by mistake.
Okay, no worries. Yes, Agram.
Sir, what is the function of the little black box in the bottom left corner?
That's for power.
Okay, sir.
You attach a battery or you attach a cell to it. Power
So,
source.
sir, it is a transferring box to the power to the circuit inside your room.
Yes. So this is one of the ways. There are two ways to transfer power to the circuit. I was getting into that. That's my next topic.
Okay, sir.
So there are mainly three types of power source to the Arduino. There is one with the USB cable that you can see on the top where the silver वाला जो box बना हुआ है ना. So that's used for two things. That used for coding the Arduino and that can be used for powering the Arduino. It provides 5 volts directly. Then the second way is via a battery, portable power. So you can use a 9-watt battery or a battery pack, and you can convert it into and you can plug it into the Arduino via the black box, जो would power unit है black color वाला. And then there is the third way, which is the AC to DC adapter. सो इट्स बेसिकली अडाप्टर जो आप अपने वॉल में प्लग इन करते हो, आप अपने स्विच में, एंड वो एसी करंट को डीसी करंट में स्विच कर देता है, एंड देन यू यूज दैट करंट टू पावर द आर्डिनो. मैं एक बार ये भी तीनों शेयर कर दूंगा ग्रुप पे. यस हर्षित. यस हर्षित.
Can we use a power bank?
Yeah, so I told portable power. You can there is a special Arduino cable from which you can convert USB A portable power bank into this Arduino wala USB, and it directly supplies 5 volts. Yes, Ranch.
Okay, sir. Sir, there is also a fourth way where we can use like pinout to connect it to a positive and uh, ground to the negative, so it will power the Arduino.
Okay, so I shared एक बार WhatsApp पे भी देख check कर लेना. Could you just repeat it out once?
Sir, can I type it in chat box?
Yeah, sure. कोई दिक्कत नहीं. All right, so that was with the power source. Now इन चारों टॉपिक्स में जो भी डाउट हो अब एक एक करके लो. इसके बाद हम कोडिंग शुरू करेंगे.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Ranch.
So, what are the what is uh, the black thing?
अच्छा, मैं दिखाता हूँ आपको.
Are talking about the black
हाँ,
thing which is like above the
D-
power and
DC
analog
adapter
pins?
पूछ रहा है.
Yeah, I see. I
So
see
I'll show
also.
you. Okay. So Arduino में ये you were asking about this only ना, Ranch?
No, sir. Like
Sir, I was asking about the box.
the thing which was sir, can I present?
No, I got it. Adit is asking about the IC.
Okay. Yeah, present once, Ranch.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, we can do that. But I honestly don't consider that as a viable option, because when you already have a place to mount your power in the DC way, why use pins? Pins are anyways scarce.
Sir, but my battery only has that one, and it doesn't have the wire to connect with the barrel of the power. So, sir, I have to connect it to the win and the ground. So, is it possible to do it that way?
Yeah, so there are special DC converters used. I'll just show you अभी दिखाता हूँ.
Sir,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing, sir, the thing,
दिखाओ
sir,
एक बार.
sir, I'm not able to find the photo which you had got.
Sir, can I show the photo of the Arduino
Okay, yeah.
for him?
Jay, did you get to know what Riyansh was asking about?
Sir,
मेरे ख्याल से तो आईसी के बारे में ही पूछ रहा है, बट मे बी.
एक बार तू दिखा.
I was
Yes, Arshad.
asking about the thing which end was looking like a
Are you
conve-
talking about this?
no, sir, with the powers, the
This?
powers, the white
This?
box. So the white box,
This?
Oh, no, no, no. He's asking
sir,
about the USB wala box.
Oh, this?
USB box.
sir. So the
Ryan,
black thing with it. So the black thing with it.
is this one?
Sir, the thing behind the beside the
Power
white
supply.
box of the USB.
Sir,
This?
the black
Yes, sir.
box.
Sir, yes, sir, not
Yes.
there.
Oh, I see. Guys, देखो, like I can tell you what it is, but I feel the more deep into what Arduino is, उसमें क्या क्या होता है, किसका क्या function होता है, it will just confuse you more. I feel you should familiarize yourself with the functioning of an Arduino first, and then when you know how it works and like what are all the uses and key basically what's the functioning of an Arduino, then you can get into what is the use of a certain thing which is present inside the Arduino. Like there's an IC. No, it's not a fingerprint sensor. Okay, so there are multiple things. Like as you can see, there's a IC. There's USB input to connect to the laptop, and there's power source. Right? There's no need to like get to know about everything. And after one point, it's just like for your knowledge, right? As such, when we will be coding or when we will be creating projects, it won't be needed. So for now, I feel we should just stick to
Excuse me,
like
sir.
making it work rather than getting deep into the functionalities and the making of an Arduino.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you see my screen? Like I have found the Arduino.
No, I don't think so. You're not presenting.
Sir, I am.
Uh,
Sir, I am presenting.
I'm really sorry, but I can't see your screen, Ranch.
So let me present again.
Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's take last out as Riyanshed out for right now, because we have less time left for the workshop to end. Let's just now learn some Arduino coding, and then we can answer all the doubts after the class ends. Okay, so then we can answer doubts for like in like maybe at 12:50 or 1 o'clock. That works?
So I was asking for this.
Yes.
This? Oh, okay. That is just basically जैसे चार्जर होता है ना आपका,
Yes,
तो
sir.
जो आप अडेप्टर में जो चार्जिंग की लीड होती है आप अडेप्टर में जो लगाते हो बेटा, I'll
Sir,
show
it
you.
connects the laptop from the
Right.
Arduino.
Okay. So it's this.
Oh, okay, sir.
Yeah, so basically उन्होंने बस दिखा रखा है, that is not a part of the Arduino. You just get a wire when you order an Arduino. But ऐसे Arduino से connect हो जाता है, ठीक है? और मान लो मेरा फोन अभी मेरा लैपटॉप है, तो फिर लैपटॉप से मैं ऐसे कनेक्ट कर दूंगा. So there would be a connection between the Arduino and my laptop, and then I can code, and it can serve as a power output as well.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jay, can you show the charger once again? Okay.
Right. Let's
So going further, now we'll be talking about the last theory topic, that's difference between text and block-based coding, which is pretty much visible on the screen. And uske baad we start with the coding part. So basically, uh, block-based coding and text-based coding are two types of coding जिसके साथ हम Arduino को operate कर सकते हैं because Arduino works on coding. Now, block-based is a newer and a easier model of the normal text-based coding, but block-based coding is very limited. I mean, it's very easy for beginners, but what we want to teach here is not how to use Arduino, but we want to teach how to excel in Arduino and how to be successful while using Arduino. So that happens when we use text-based coding. So that's why we'll be sticking
Block
with
based
text-based
coding
coding.
is like Scratch.
Yes, very good. So block-based coding you all must have done. It's like Scratch, it's like MIT App Inventor, stuff like that.
Sir,
Yes, Arshad.
sir, by using the block coding, I've made a circuit using Arduino and the water sensor.
Yes, you showed us now. So now we will be making that same circuit or similar circuits, but now with text-based coding. It's a bit more advanced, but it will lead you to the right path. So we stick to that. So now let's start with the coding. So let's start. Jayesh, are you here?
Yeah.
So I think we can start with the coding now.
All right. So abhi to we are using Tinkercad, right? So we'll be using the inbuilt IDE which has been provided to us in Tinkercad. But when we have an Arduino, so we use the Arduino IDE. Matlab, earlier you could download it, but now it's available on the web as well. But we don't need to know what an Arduino IDE is. We know that it's the a platform where we can code our Arduino, right? But for now, because we are doing it online and then we are using Tinkercad, so we'll be going with the IDE provided by Tinkercad. All right. So how many of you have coded before, like Python, C++, Java, anything like
Sir,
code?
A little bit of
Or
Java.
C plus
Sir,
plus.
sir, I haven't coded,
Sir,
but I
I have
have
done
used the
Java
code
2 years
sometime
ago.
Or
There
before.
was
I
a
have
class.
coded in C plus plus.
I
That's
have
great.
I have
coded the
coded
Arduino.
Python and C++.
Sir,
All
I
right.
think 2 years ago you also taught us about, I think, Python or Java in fifth class.
Um, that's possible, but all right, that's great. Let's move on. Okay, so in Arduino, so there's no as such language or that it's Python, it's C++. It's more or less a mixture of C++ and C sharp. Okay, so different coding languages are different, right? Some might have camel casing and all, but we don't need to get into what is camel casing and what's the difference between coding. We'll be doing coding for Arduino. That is C++ and C sharp. It's great if you have some prerequisites or some background in coding for Arduino, but we'll go like start from the basic level. Okay, so let me present my screen and then I'll show you guys a very basic circuit, something very similar to what we made in yesterday's class, but I used Arduino to power and you know turn the LED on and off. All right. So as you can see, you guys are already familiar with what this is, what an LED is, what a resistor is, wires, breadboard, and now you know what an Arduino is, right? Aditya explained it to you. So when we're coding an Arduino, we need to know which component. So there are multiple types of components in robotics, in electronics. So there are actuators, which are motors, right? And there are sensors, which would be infrared sensors, ultraviolet sensors, moisture sensors. There are a lot of sensors. So when we're using sensors, we use analog pins, which are input pins, right? And when we're using digital pins, Adit explained it to you that they are just for on and off. So we mostly use motors or LEDs for digital, right? Okay. So you might ask that we need to change the speed of a motor sometimes, तो फिर हम ये क्यों यूज करते हैं डिजिटल, बट वो तो सिर्फ ऑन एंड ऑफ होता है, राइट? So there's this thing known as PWM, in which wait, let me just remember its name. Okay, so what PWM basically is that it It's pulse width modulation. It it's just not on and off. What it does, it turns like on and off constantly at a certain speed. So let's say that we I want to run my motor at 50% speed. So it will turn the power on and off at certain time frames कि वो 50% ऐसा लगे कि वो 50% पावर पे चल रहा है, but it's on and off only, right? So it is a way to simulate an analog output using digital pins, as simple as that. Okay, so when we get into the coding part, तो हम देखेंगे कि हम when even though we're using a digital pin, we still write analog right when we are using a motor. Yes, Harshit, do you have a question?
No, sir.
All right. Ryansh Garg, do you have a question?
No, sir.
All right. Harshad, like what is like a blinker? And Disha, do you have a question?
Sir, you told us like that this I can't remember the name. You told some short form of it, and you said that it blinks for some time. So is it like a blinker?
The PWM?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's just not get deep into it, but उसमें होता क्या है? It's not a blinker. वो हमारी पावर को कभी ज्यादा करता है, कम करता है. So it's like a wave to modulate the power which is being given to the motor in our case. So that's what it is, PWM. You can do some research on it, but that's not a vital component when we are doing Arduino. You just need to know that there is something known as PWM and how it works, and that even that's not necessary in most of the cases. Um, Disha, do you have a question?
No,
All
sir.
right. Okay. Atiksh,
I raised it by mistake.
that's fine. Guys, if you don't have a doubt, can you please just lower your hands? Rishi, do you have a question?
Yes, why do we emulate the analog pin with the digital pin?
Sorry, could you repeat?
Why do we emulate the analog pin with the digital pin? Can't we just use the digital pin? Sorry, the analog pin.
For okay, so see the thing is कि अब आप देखो एक बार how many digital pins are there? There are 13 digital pins, like
Sir,
more than
there are
13 or
14.
14. Yeah, my
There are
bad. So the number of digital pins available to us are greater than the analog pins. So when we are using a motor, or yes, we can use a motor on a analog pin as well. But the thing is that when we are making a good project, a big project, what usually happens is the number of analog pins are less. We need more. So that's why we prefer using motors or any other type of actuator or sensor that we can use on digital. We try to use it on digital, like, and keep analog empty. So that's, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Ashia, do you have a doubt?
no, sir.
All right. Antriksh. And Ayan Garg.
Yes, sir. Sir, so why don't we just use analog pins? Like there are 13 digital pins. Why don't we just convert them to analog?
Convert digital pins to analog.
Yes, sir. So why don't we just use analog in the Arduino?
Okay, so बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि we need digital pins, right? The thing is that digital is on and off, and analog में the value varies from 0 to, I don't remember, जो आदित्य ने कहा था, right? You guys know that. Okay, so the thing is कि
1023.
right, so in LED the thing is we only need on and off, one and zeros. So that's why digital pin is there, right? Thank you, thank you, Ranch. So that is why we have digital pins, and there are multiple purposes. जब तुम और करोगे, like एकदम extensively use करोगे, then you will get to know कि digital pins में कैसा use होता है, and like analog में कितना difference है, and then which are the different types of components which use digital and वो.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, right. Okay, I hope there are no doubts अभी के लिए. Okay. So as you can see, I have connected the anode of my LED to a digital pin numbered 8. किसी से भी कर सकते हैं digital pin से, that's not a problem. You just have to mention it in your code. And I have connected the cathode of the LED to the ground. So the thing is, तुम पूछोगे power से तो करा ही नहीं connect. So the digital pin would provide power to the LED. Okay. So let me go to the coding part for now. So in coding, when you open up your IDE or your coding part in the coding tab in Tinkercad, you'll get a code. उन the thing is कि but जब आप Arduino IDE खोलोगे तो उसमें कोई कोड नहीं होता. There's just void setup and void loop. But in Tinkercad they just provide और उनने बस एक basic LED
Sir, they
blinker का कोड
provide
दे रखा होता है.
sir, they provide the coding for turning on and turning off the LED.
हाँ, वो बस देते हैं. It's not a essential or a important part of a code. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि उधर रहेगा उसके बिना काम नहीं करेगा. The most essential things in coding in Arduino is void setup and void loop. Does anyone know what they are?
Sir, there are two types of functions.
Right. Okay, so let me continue. I hope किसी और Atesh, do you wanna?
Void setup is the place we set up the pins to tell the Arduino that what pin is output and what pin is input. The loop is where we put the code and tell the Arduino what to actually do.
Right. So, okay, perfect. So the thing is, in void setup, it's the piece of code. It's the line of codes that only run once. तो मान लो कोड ऊपर से नीचे चलता है, right? So if I have void setup pin mode 8, so what I'm doing is telling the Arduino कि मैंने अपनी पिन जो 8th पिन है वो आउटपुट के लिए है. That means कि it is connected to the 8th pin and it has to generate an output. वो input नहीं लेगा, वो output देगा. Yes, Atharv?
Sir, why are there brackets between the lines?
Here? Here and
Yes,
here?
sir.
I'll
Sir,
get to that.
the coding.
I'll get to that, guys. ओके सो और जब हम वर्ड लूप पे आते हैं तो फिर इट्स द कोड जो चलता रहता है. तो एक बार जब वर्ड सेटअप हो गया उसके बाद इट मूव्स ऑन टू द वर्ड लूप एंड व्हाटएवर इनसाइड द वर्ड लूप इट कीप्स ऑन रिपीटिंग. दैट्स व्हाट अ लूप इज ना, कि चलते रहेगा. वो बिना रुके चलते ही रहेगा until unless we disconnect the power or break the code, which essentially मतलब रोकना कोड को, right? So now you asked ki why do we use brackets and all. See, this is the syntax of coding
Try
languages,
to
right?
enclose the instructions carried out by a function.
Sorry.
Sir, to enclose the instructions which are carried out by the function.
Right. Thoda sa, yeah, okay. So the thing is ki this is the syntax. Okay, this is how the language works. अब why is it like that? Because okay, so thing is कि हम इसे बता रहे हैं कि void setup यहाँ से start हो रहा है and then यहाँ पे end हो रहा है. तो अगर हम ये include ही नहीं करेंगे तो ये सारा void setup के अंदर आ जाएगा because there is no end to it. But once I put a curly bracket here, अब ये मत पूछना like okay, it's a valid question कि why the curly bracket, why not a square bracket if a normal bracket? It's the syntax. That's how it works, right? So we put a curly bracket to inform the microcontroller कि यहाँ पे void setup खत्म हो गया है. जब हम अगर if loop भी use करते हैं तो भी हम ऐसे ही करेंगे. We use curly brackets. अब जिनने Python करी है, they know that we don't use curly brackets for this. In coding, there's just indentation and then a colon. But yeah, so I hope that solves your doubt. Ki it's for marking the start and the stop of the loop of the void setup. Okay, so and then whenever we have ended a line of code, we always put a semicolon. So this, right? So जब भी हमारी एक line of code complete हुई है, we put a semicolon in front of it, which marks कि ये वाली code of line has finished. If you don't do that, वो एक syntax error दे देगा, then you'll have to check your code again. Right. So these are very little things, but these are very important. मतलब when you write 500 lines of code or 1000 lines of code और फिर तब तुम किसी 600th लाइन में एक सेमीकोलन लगाना भूल गए तो तुम्हें सारी 1000 lines चेक करनी पड़ेंगी just for a semicolon. So even though this is a very little thing, but it's very important, right? And okay, so let me explain the code to you now. You know how the circuit works and what's the hardware part. Let us get to software. Right. So we see we have void setup, उसमें हमने डिफाइन कर दिया पिन मोड कि पिन का मोड क्या है कि 8th पिन आउटपुट के लिए यूज होगी एंड देन वी गो टू द void loop. Void loop क्या होता है? Again, it's a loop which keeps on going, it does not stop. And उसमें हमने क्या लिख रखा है? We have digital write. Does anyone know what digital write is? Yes, Riyansh.
Sir, I think digital write is formed when we uh, use a component which is connected to a digital pin.
Right. So basically ऐसे मान लो, एकदम मैं इंग्लिश में बता देता हूँ, इट्स राइटिंग.
Sir, it's a value to the digital pin.
या कह सकते हैं. सो क्या हो रहा है कि डिजिटल राइट से हम बता रहे हैं कि जो हमारी 8th पिन है उसको तुम हाई करो, लाइक टर्न इट ऑन. इन दिस केस एलईडी के केस में, सो वी आर टेलिंग इट कि डिजिटल राइट ब्रैकेट्स 8 high. So that means ki the 8th pin has to be turned on, which is high, or we can even write 1. So in binary, you'll see that 1 and high are the same. Like basically, we, as Adit told you, that Arduino uses binary language, right? Binary consists of ones and zeros. One is considered as true and zero as false, or zero as low and one as high. Yes, Shivansh?
I was asking that only. In place of loop, we can use zero also.
Yeah, we can. तो अगर हम 8 की जगह 1 करेंगे, that's great, Rehansh. Yeah. Okay. So now let's get on to the next line of code. अब तुम देखो इसमें क्या है? There's a semicolon at end. Why? Because it's essential, because it marks the end of the line of code. Okay. उसके बाद आता है delay. I feel delay is quite self-explanatory. It's basically delay करना code को.
So we
by
can use it when we are making a traffic light using Arduino and a breadboard.
yeah, we can. तो मतलब क्या करता है वो कि बेसिकली कोड को पॉज कर देता है फॉर अ सर्टेन टाइम.
Sir, it stops the code like if it is delay 1000, so it will stop the code for 1 second and then resume it.
That's right. So what it does is, as Soyash said, it pauses the code for the time limit जो हमने provide करी है in the bracket. So we have used 1000 here. अब would this stop for 1000 seconds? No. Why? Because like originally in the code, in the coding language, in this language for Arduino, delay में हम जो भी value कहते हैं, it is taken as milliseconds unless we tell it कि ये seconds है. तो अगर मैं delay में 5000 लिख देता हूँ, तो that implies for 5000 milliseconds, which is essentially 5 seconds. तो 5 seconds के लिए रुकेगा. Digital write, let's go from the top एक बार फिर से while loop में. So digital write high, LED on हुई, it waits for 5 seconds. Digital write LED low, which implies 5 सेकंड के बाद वो turn off हो गई, and then it waits for 1000 milliseconds. और फिर वो वापस अब क्या करेगा? वापस इस वाली लाइन ऑफ कोड पे आ जाएगा. क्यों? क्योंकि हमारा void loop यहाँ पे स्टार्ट हुआ, यहाँ पे खत्म हुआ, तो जब लास्ट लाइन ऑफ कोड इन द void loop पे पहुंचते हैं तो वापस फर्स्ट लाइन पे चले जाता है. तो ऐसे आएगा, ऐसे जाएगा, ऐसे आएगा, ऐसे जाएगा, तो चलते रहेगा. यस रेयांश.
So it is like a loop which is never ending. Like
Yeah, it's a never ending loop. Okay, so all right, a lot of you have a doubts. तो फिर ऐसा करो कि Arav, go ahead. What's your doubt?
Yeah, I think 5,000 milliseconds is 50 seconds.
No, it's 5.
100 milliseconds are in 1 second.
1000 होते हैं यार.
Sir,
नहीं,
100,000 milliseconds.
It's 1,000 only.
It's 1000. Okay.
Let me check.
No,
It's 1,000 only.
let's do one thing. Why not we just run the code and see कितना होता है? Okay, that would be okay. So initializing, it starts, it turns on, it stays on for 5 seconds. फिर वो एक से ऑफ हुई 1 सेकंड के लिए, फिर वो ऑन हो जाएगी 5 seconds के लिए. So अगर तुम simulator time देखोगे, here you can see that it stays on for 5 seconds, it stops for 1 second, and it keeps on doing that again and again and again. और करते रहेगा जब तक हम रोकेंगे ही नहीं. Okay, so it's मेरी second
Sir,
is
can you show code once more?
sure, go ahead. Okay, हाँ जी, और किसको डाउट है? अग्रिम.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, I was asking that in my code it was written that lead bulletin. So, and in your code it is written 8 before high and low. So, sir, what is the meaning of lead bulletin?
ओके, अच्छा ठीक है. लेड बुलेटिन नहीं है वो, इट इज एलईडी बिल्ट इन. ओके, तो आर्डुइनो हैज अ बिल्ट इन एलईडी which is connected to the 13th पिन. अब मैंने यहाँ पे 8th पिन से एक एक्सटर्नल एलईडी, एक्सटर्नल मतलब एक अपनी खुद की रेड कलर्ड एलईडी लगाई है. अगर हम एलईडी बिल्ट इन वाला कोड करते हैं वो भी चलेगा, राइट? इट्स
Okay,
बेस
sir.
इट्स जस्ट 13 विदाउट सेइंग इट. एलईडी अंडरस्कोर बिल्ट
Sir.
इन, ऐसे लिखा है ना.
Yes, sir.
सो ऐसे भी चल जाएगा. इट्स जस्ट दैट अब मैंने एक एक्सटर्नल एलईडी यूज करी है, बट इंस्टेड ऑफ यूजिंग द बिल्ट इन एलईडी आई एम यूजिंग द 8th पिन जिसमें मैंने खुद एक एलईडी कनेक्ट कर रखी है.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
राइट. Okay,
Sir,
Viraj, just take the doubts and then we can stop for 5 minutes.
sir,
Yes, Harshit,
sir, mine is not working.
we'll get to that after the break. या फिर break में आप दिखा सकते हो. अभी
Excuse me, sir.
yes, Harshad,
I did this with a RGB LED.
that's nice. Akshay, Atiksh, yes, Harshad.
Sir, I was
Sir,
asking
shall I
if this
show?
is an
एक
infinite
second.
loop.
हाँ
If
जी,
this
Harshad.
is an infinite loop, so how would we stop it if we make it in reality? So how would we stop it?
या फिर हम ऐसा कर सकते हैं कि there's a line of code break which stops the code completely. तो after 10,000
Sir,
milliseconds चलते रहेगा और फिर break कर देंगे. Or we can just disconnect the power source.
okay.
रीस्टार्ट बटन पुश करने से नहीं होगा, इट जस्ट रीस्टार्ट्स द कोड. वो रुकेगा और फिर से स्टार्ट हो
Start
जाएगा.
again.
या
Okay, sir. Thank you.
हाँ जी. रेयांश, डू यू हैव अ डाउट?
Sir,
Sir,
multiple LEDs
Adit,
हो सकती
एक
Adit,
सेकंड, रेयांश
Adit,
पहले आप बताओ. हाँ जी,
हैं. Sir, multiple LEDs हो सकती हैं.
sir,
सॉरी.
आदित्य सर ने एक और इंफॉर्मेशन भेजी है, तो उसके लिए उसको जो एक बाद में इंफॉर्मेशन भेजी है चार्ट के बाद, हमें वो इंफॉर्मेशन भी लिखनी है नोटबुक में.
देखो, दिस इज फॉर योर कन्वीनियंस, वी आर जस्ट टीचिंग यू व्हाट इट इज. नाउ दिस इज अ पीस ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन जो तुम लिख लो अगर तुम्हें लर्न करनी है. आइदर यू कैन जस्ट गो थ्रू इट एंड देन यू विल नो कि व्हाट इज व्हाट और किस चीज का क्या यूज होता है. If you write it down, yes, it will help you in like learning या रट्टे मारने में कि क्या किसके लिए होता है. But it's completely your choice. लिखना है लिख लो, नहीं लिखना मत लिखो.
ठीक.
हाँ जी. हर्षित,
Yes, sir.
do you have a doubt?
So mine is not working.
Oh, right. Just a second. Atharv,
Yes, sir. Sir, in the last line of the code and in the third last line, you have written delay 1000, and then you have also written wait for 1000 milliseconds. So,
okay.
why do you have written 2 times?
All right. मैं तुम्हें बताता हूँ. So, अच्छा, when we have a lot of lines of code, मान लो हमें 1000 लाइन ऑफ कोड्स हैं एंड मेरे को अपना कोड आदित्य को दिखाना है, तो he'll have to go through the whole code. Now what we do is we add comments to explain कि ये क्या कर रहा है. Okay, so वो कोड में पार्ट नहीं है, कोड का पार्ट नहीं है.
So, sir, it will work even after we don't write it.
Yes, yes. तो बस कमेंट है, उसको जैसे ही हम कहीं पर भी डबल स्लैश लगा देते हैं उसको कंसिडर नहीं करता है एज अ लाइन ऑफ कोड. दैट इज जस्ट फॉर आवर
Sir,
कन्वीनियंस.
sir, if we don't put the slashes, then what will happen?
लेट्स ट्राई. वो कोड में पार्ट नहीं है, कोड का क्या हुआ? अरे तूने वो
Sir, the error is coming.
या एग्जैक्टली, बिकॉज हम एक तो सेमीकोलन डाल चुके हैं, वी हैव एंडेड द लाइन, उसके आगे नहीं लिख सकते. एंड आफ्टर दैट
Sir, because we didn't declare the weight in this code.
yeah, wait is a wrong syntax. And like, you know, ऐसे we can't use English in coding, right? there's specific syntax languages which we have to use, तभी चलेगा. So नहीं, अगर if we remove the double slashes, the code won't work. It would give an error,
That is wonderful. So I will
multiple
view that
errors.
once. You
भैया
know what?
So I've actually
जो हमने डिले डाला है, जब आपने 5000 डिले डाला है हाई पे, तो हमने जो वेट के बाद जो भी लिखेंगे मिली सेकेंड वो
And then
5000
you'll,
ही रहेगा.
मतलब,
तो जैसे डिले में आपने जैसे पहले 1000 था ना मिली
हाँ जी,
सेकेंड से पहले, तो आपने उसको फिर 5000 करा, अगर हम 1000 ही रहने देते तो क्या होता?
देखो, जो भी वैल्यू डिले के अंदर है वो उतने टाइम से डिले करता है. अगर पहले 1000 था, उसका मतलब है कि वो 1 सेकंड के लिए रुकेगा, फिर कोड चलने लग जाएगा. 5000 है तो 5 सेकंड्स के लिए रुकेगा, फिर चलने लग जाएगा. So it's up to the coder and the requirements of the project कि तुम कितने टाइम के लिए डिले करवा रहे हो. ओके,
अभी अगर हम डिले में जैसे आपने 5000 डाला
So
हुआ और
you
अगर
can
हम
take any.
जो अपने वेट के बाद जो लिखा है उसमें हमने अलग अलग डाल दिया तो क्या होगा फिर?
कुछ नहीं होगा. वो तो फिर समझने के लिए ना, मेरे लिए.
Someone has
वो
raised
मैंने
their
खुद
hand.
डाला था कि जब मैं 2 साल बाद अगर कोड देखता हूँ तो मेरे को पता लग जाएगा कि वो इतना वेट करवाने के लिए है. बट अगर 5000 की जगह 1000 लिखा हुआ है तो गलत लिखा होएगा. सी, इट्स फॉर आवर कन्वीनियंस, इट वोंट अफेक्ट द कोड.
एक बार जस्ट डू वन थिंग, ये जो कमेंट है ना, कमेंट डिलीट करके कोड चला के दिखा दे कि लाइक इट डज नॉट मेक एनी डिफरेंस. दोनों कमेंट्स डिलीट कर दे, वो ऊपर पिन वाला भी डिलीट कर दे.
Right. Okay, so code is working the same. शायद.
Okay, so it just comment है, ये कोड का पार्ट नहीं है. Anything you write after 2 slashes becomes text. So I will जो तुमने सिर्फ अपनी
In the
रेफरेंस
third
के लिए
last
कोड में
line, you
डाल
have
रखा है.
written
It's
delay
not a part of the code.
1000, and then you have.
Okay,
I
thank
think it will be clear now. Like it makes zero difference in the code.
you. Yes.
हाँ जी, any other, रेयांश?
Sir, I
एक
want
तो
to
दो
just tell
रेयांश
you
है.
when
एक
we
सेकंड, रेयांश बेल, रुको, let the other रेयांश.
Bear और गर्ग.
सर तो मल्टीपल एलईडीज कैसे लगाते हैं?
Multiple LEDs, different pins से connect कर लो. You have to write a pin mode for every single LED you use. तो तुम 13 एक एलईडी बिल्ट इन यूज कर लो, एक 9th डिजिटल पिन से, एक 8 7 6 5 4 जितनी भी करनी है, मतलब मैक्सिमम तो 14 कर सकते हो. बट you can use as many LEDs as you want, but then you'll have to include that in the code as well. तो अगर मैं 2 करता हूँ तो मैं को अपने कोड में क्या करना पड़ेगा, मेरे को बस Ctrl+C Ctrl+V एंड और फिर सेम हेयर, मतलब सेम तो मतलब नहीं, बट व्हाट आई मीन इज,
So, sir, if we use a
it would work
different
for
LED,
both the LEDs now.
we have to copy the text in the next line.
हाँ, मतलब कॉपी नहीं, तुम लिख लो. आई एम जस्ट कॉपिंग ताकि it is faster.
Conveniently.
Yeah, it's more convenient. And but yeah, the line of code would remain the same, but उसकी value change होगी बस कि कौन से पिन पे लगा हुआ है.
So, we
उसका
have to
change होगा
copy it or write it, and we have to change the value to the pen.
हाँ जी, पिन की, मतलब क्योंकि अब हमारी, पहले हम बिल्ट इन पिन एलईडी यूज कर रहे थे, जो हम 13th पिन, बट अब हम यूज कर रहे हैं 8th पिन. करेक्ट, तो हम 8 डालेंगे.
Okay, sir.
हर्षित, अब आप दिखा सकते हो अपना कोड, and then others can go on a break for 5 minutes. We will start at 12:45.
sir, can I say something?
हाँ जी, बोलो.
Sir, when we like start the code and like start the simulation, so the Arduino, the charger gets on. If we notice, like there is a lightning bolt sign on the
Yes.
charger of the Arduino.
आप प्रेजेंट करके दिखाना. हर्षित, ओके, लेट्स सी. पहले कोड में मत जाओ, कोड को एक बार छोड़ दो. ओके, अब आप हार्डवेयर देखो अपना. डू यू थिंक देयर इज समथिंग रॉन्ग इन द हार्डवेयर?
Sir, I can't see nothing.
Okay, it's fine. मैं बता देता हूँ. Not a big deal. All you have done is you have connected the positive, the a node of the LED to ground. A node has to be connected to the pin of the digital pin, or cathode को connect करो आप उधर से ground से. Yeah, it should work then. Who else?
Sir, I wanted to present.
हाँ जी करो present आप भी.
Sir, कर
तो ब्रेक मिल ही गई इनको, सीधा ही शुरू करना.
Viryansh, are you presenting? Yeah, okay. Tinkercad पे दिखाओ, ये तो स्क्रीनशॉट है.
That is
अच्छा.
wonderful. So I will view that once.
Okay. So अब क्या हुआ है? You've turned on the code. तो जब कोड ऑन है, इसका मतलब कोई पावर सोर्स कनेक्टेड है. तो फिर वो बस ऐसे दिखाता है. It's an animation. It just shows कि it's connected to power. It's running.
Yes, sir. I just clicked the screenshot for this only.
हाँ जी, बस इतना ही होता है इसका.
Sir,
Or sir, we have to make this circuit like this is homework.
होमवर्क कुछ और होएगा. होमवर्क थोड़ा सा आज कॉम्प्लिकेटेड देंगे, but it's easy. You just have to use a little bit of your brain and you have to think. This is not the homework. Yes, Harshit.
also my Arduino is working, but the LED is not delaying for 4 seconds that I have put.
करो present.
Sir,
Yes, Ayan.
sir, actually I have been sending you the homework from another mail ID, not from my school ID.
Acha, yeah. So try sending it from the school email ID and you should be able to send the email of the homework
No
to
sir,
us.
it was able to send to you, but I was just telling कि school ID से नहीं आया वो.
अच्छा, oh, ठीक है, ठीक है. Okay. So एक बार can anyone help Harshit here? क्या कोई बता सकता है कोड में क्या गलत है? Ayan.
Sir, in the first digital right it's 8 high, but in the second one it's left as LED built in.
And digital write 8 high. Sorry for that. मुझको पहले कर देना चाहिए था. And I did not see. मतलब ये तो कह रहा हूँ. You don't usually pay attention to इतने little things. That's what happens when you're writing huge lines of code, or जब like when you're writing complicated codes, you sometimes miss such errors. Okay, it's working. You can stop presenting now. ठीक है, तो अब हम switch करते हैं to something different. Let's move on to a servo motor. Does anyone know what a servo is? Krisha, go ahead.
Excuse me, sir. So I just wanted to present
This is a
my
piece of information
Arduino
जो तुम
circuit
लिख लो,
board.
अगर
It's
तुम्हें
actually
learn
not
करनी है, either you
working.
can just go through it and then you'll know कि
Can there be two void loops in one code?
आदित्य को दिखाना है. So he'll have to go through the whole code. Now what we do is we add comments to explain कि ये
Like
क्या कर
here
रहा
we
है.
have done it for
Okay.
one LED.
So
Suppose we're doing it for
वो कोड में पार्ट नहीं है, कोड का पार्ट
then
नहीं है.
तो आप
So
उसी
sir,
वाले
it
digital
will work
void loop में
even
कर लो ना
after we
include.
don't write it.
Yeah, yes, you can write. तो बस comment है. Every single line of code in one void loop. It does not matter कि वो एक LED के लिए है, वो X LED के लिए, वो Y LED के लिए है. Just use the one void loop.
okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, can I present my screen?
जैसे ही हम कहीं पर भी
Actually, my bulb is not glowing still, but
Be clear
my
now. Like it makes
code
zero
is
difference in the code.
right.
guys, ऐसे तो we'll use up all for time. हमारे पास इतना टाइम बचा नहीं है.
That
Can you
is
guys just
wonderful.
take a screenshot? जो भी तुम्हें लग रहा है कि प्रॉब्लम है, write that down. Subject में mail में डालो not working, and then we will try to solve your doubt.
Can
Yeah,
you share the code, like this code on the WhatsApp group, so we can like get our errors correct?
Sure, yeah, we'll do that. एक बार क्लास खत्म हो जाए तो कर लेंगे. और अच्छा, another thing, whenever there's an error, डीबगर ओपन होता है. So what I mean is कि जैसे अभी let me present. Present now.